Well, hey, I think this is my first video back. So if you're seeing this, I mean, I have no subscribers. I think my only subscriber at the moment is my other YouTube channel. But if you're seeing this, then welcome or welcome back to my channel. I was gone for a long time. Basically what happened was I filmed a lot of stuff while I was at TAFE and learning to do nails and starting my whole nail journey. Technically I'm still starting, I'm still in my first year. But I was working a full-time job and going to TAFE, and I had one day off a week, and I usually booked a client or two for that day. So it didn't leave me a whole lot of time for editing videos, which is why I disappeared. So that's where I went, not that anyone cares, but you know, just for continuity's sake, if you're watching this sometime in the future and you're wondering why there was like an 8-month gap between my first video and this one, that's why. Today I'm reviewing the Planet Nails Acrylic Essentials Kit. This isn't available anymore. I bought this July last year. I have to go back and check my invoice because I forgot how much it was. So it's been a minute since this has been out. I went and checked their website this morning and they don't actually have any kits for sale at the moment, although I did see some, like I feel like it was a couple weeks ago when I was ordering from their website before. So I think they still are doing kits, but they're not in stock at the moment. If there are any by the time this video goes up, I'll link. And I have messaged them to be like, hey, are you guys still doing kits? So we'll see if they have any information for me to share. But I don't have any kits as of right now from them to compare as far as prices and content and things like that go. So bear that in mind. Also, even when the kits were up, this wasn't one of them. They've since discontinued this, but they still have most of the products that are in this. So I think it's still valuable to review this stuff because the stuff that's in this is, for the most part, still for sale. So that's what we're gonna do. So I bought this bad boy for 114 Australian dollars. I'm gonna go into the contents of that and like what everything is worth and things like that. It's on the more affordable side for a complete beginner's acrylic kit. The other ones I looked at were about, oh my god, I just realized that the price is on it. I literally searched through my invoices to find the price this morning. It's on the sticker. But a lot of the other acrylic kits that were available in Australia at the time were like Young Nails had one, and I think theirs started about $250. Pink Diva didn't have one yet. I'm trying to think of like other brands. I&M had one, but it was like a trial size one. Most of the other ones were like trial size kits. So yeah, it wasn't the only option, but it was the most affordable, and since I wasn't sure whether I was going to be a gel tech or an acrylic tech, I didn't want to spend a ton of money. And I mean, as far as absolute beginner kits go, I don't think you should spend a bunch of money to begin with anyway, because like, if you can work with the cheap stuff, then you can really adapt to anything. I think the same is true in almost all industries, and it's true in nails as well. So I'm going to go through the contents. My box is all but empty because it's all been distributed amongst my nail room. And I'm just gonna real quick show you. I'm gonna do some swatches for you to show you what the acrylics look like. But this is what happened to my old ones. This is not the fault of the kit whatsoever. This is, I mean, it's not even really my fault. My room got so hot that my swatch sticks and my brush and the acrylic itself melted together into the cute little instruction sheet that it comes with. So that's cool. So the brush that comes with it, I think, is a number 8. Mine's rubbed off a little bit, but it looks like an 8. I didn't thoroughly enjoy it. It's very much like a basic student quality brush, which is fine for a while, but after a while, like, I cleaned this brush religiously. I only started using it after we learnt like acrylic basics at TAFE, so I knew how to take care of a brush. I knew not to get acrylic jammed up in it. No matter how well I cleaned it, these bristles would stick together and clump up, and you can still see, I don't know whether you can really see, but in there now it's like, but it sort of started sticking together. Being a beginner, you're a lot more likely to wreck your brush, so it is a good idea to start on a cheap brush, but it was really hard to work with. It was hard to get thin, it was hard to get delicate. It instead of like, let me show you, this is my nail brush at the moment, and can you see it's like at a point. It's very finely pointed. This is how it looks on the flat side, and then it comes together really, really nicely. This one never did that. It always stayed chunky. And I think when you're learning particularly, it makes things a lot harder. Okay, now I can put this melted mess down. Then we have 4 clear acrylics that come with it. They're all 30 grams each. We've got Cover Pink, Competition Pink, Clear, and White. This is a really good range of colors to start with. It's a good standard range. It's excellent for beginners because you can do most of the things with it. You can do like a traditional French, you can do a modern French, you can do baby boomers with these. It'll be difficult, but you can do them. The reason it will be difficult is because my 2 least favorite acrylics in this are the white and the clear. The clear is really cloudy, which is a shame. Like I would just never cap anything in this because it's really cloudy. I just don't know about it. The Cover Pink, however, is beautiful. Let's try and open this without getting it everywhere. I am like, what did I just say about getting it everywhere? I've used about 3/4 of it. It's on its last legs. It's really lovely. It is just a really nice peachy colored acrylic. I use it a lot when I have to do like Cover Pink type stuff. I don't have any on right now. I think it's just clear underneath. But it's kind of my go-to when I have to do like French and things like that. So that's really nice. The Competition Pink is also really nice, but I just rarely use Competition Pink unless I'm doing baby boomers. And if I'm doing baby boomers, I have a Competition Pink I prefer. The white isn't like cloudy, but it is, and this is quite typical of acrylic whites, but it's really pasty. It's hard to explain. Hopefully you can see in the video. It's very pigmented, which is great, but it makes it hard to work with because it's so like claggy, which is quite common with whites in general, like I said, but this one's definitely the worst offender that I have. Then you also get 200 mils of monomer. They don't sell this individually. This just comes in the kit. You also get 200 mils of brush cleaner. I've used mine up completely. This is totally empty. I really liked the brush cleaner. Thought it was nice. The monomer as well, I quite like. I bought like a bulk size of it later because it's kind of hard to get monomer shipped in to Australia. There are other options now. Pink Diva has a bulk monomer that I would like to try, but the Planet Nails one is fine. It's worked really well with all the other acrylics that I've used, so I got no complaints. I'm still using it. We'll continue to use it. Then they also give you little dapping dish. Very important. Then you also get nail prep. Now this, I feel like I should mention some of this stuff has changed since I bought this, and some of it's been repackaged, some of it doesn't exist anymore. I'm gonna go through that in a second, so just hold tight. But you do get nail prep dehydrator, which they don't list the ingredients on the website anymore, but on the actual packaging, it's N-butyl, which I think is butyl acetate, propyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and ethyl acetate. So it's just a drying solution basically. It works really well. I use it all the time. I use it literally every time I do a set of nails, and that's how much I've gone through. And I've had this for a year. Then you also get Sticky Bond, which is one of their acid-free primers. This is the shit. This is so good. This is like holy grail status for me. And I don't have many products like that right now. I just bought a new one because I'm nearly out. It's really good, and when I don't use this, like you'd think primer's primer, right? I have like 2 other primers. When I don't use this, I notice. I don't know what it is. It creates like a tacky layer. It air dries. It's not like a gel primer or anything like that. It air dries and it creates like a layer of tack that adheres really, really well to the acrylic. Love it, and it works really well with other acrylics too. So they also included a top coat, which was like a traditional air dry top coat. I have no idea where mine is. It's in a box somewhere. I don't use traditional top coat, so it had a 100-180 grit nail file and a block buffer. They're both been used. I'm pretty sure I used them on my mum's set. They're totally fine. They're great files, whatever. And then you got the little instruction sheet that's there. I wish I could show you what was in it, but basically it just like gives you a rundown of how to apply acrylic nails. It has a little, you know, the diagrams where you practice beads. So that's cool as well. Okay, so I just got a message back from Planet Nails, which was super fast. I messaged them like literally just before I started filming this. It's been 15 minutes, but they messaged me back and they said, hey, yeah, we do still make the kits. They're out of stock at the moment. They're no longer packaged in this like clear Tupperware type container. They come in a bag, which I think is great. Way more environmentally friendly, and no one's really going to use this. So I think that's a really cool change that they've made. Also, they changed the brush. They now put their like Pro Series brush in, which retails for, I think it's like $39 is the price for the 8 size brush. So they now put that brush in. I don't know whether that changes the price. I'll put it on screen here because it should be back in stock by the time this video is edited. So they've taken out the traditional top coat, which I think is a great move. These are really good changes. Those are my two main complaints about this kit, so that's awesome. So now I'm gonna go through everything that's in the kit by price and just tell you the total value of the kit versus how much it actually. So like I said, the brush isn't listed on the website anymore. They don't sell it. I'm not even sure if they sold it individually when it was in the kit. I'm gonna estimate its worth, or its value, or its price, or whatever, and say it was about 15 bucks. And I realized that that might not be completely accurate. So each one of these little pots retails for $12 each, and there are 4 of them. We've got the monomer, which they don't sell in the 200ml, they only sell it in the 500ml and up. So I basically just divided the cost and come up with $16.80 for 200ml of monomer. The Dappen dish, they sell one with a lid at the moment, and this is actually included in the new kit that they have, and it's $3.50. So this one might have been cheaper, but again, I'm not really sure. The packaging of the nail prep dehydrator has changed, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. It's just called nail prep, by the way. I call it nail prep dehydrator because I used to watch a lot of Nayo nails. It's just called nail prep. They still sell it. I'm pretty sure it's just the packaging that's changed, and it's $9. Sticky Bond they still sell because it's a lot of people's holy grails because it's great. It's $11. The top coat I couldn't find on their site. I don't think they sell it anymore. They do sell individual files and nail buffers, although I wouldn't recommend buying individual ones. It's way more cost effective to buy bulk, especially when it comes to files, buffers, disposables, all that sort of stuff. Don't buy singles. So 100, 180 grit nail files are $1.30 each on their site, and block buffers are $1.40 each. And then finally, we have the brush cleaner that they don't sell the 200ml, they only sell the 500ml. So again, I just divided the cost. The 500ml costs $10, so I just divided it, and this would be about $4 value. Again, those prices aren't super accurate because the cost to manufacture and package something in a smaller bottle tends to be a bit more. So it wouldn't be exactly that price, but you know, you get me, right? So when you add all these together, and bear in mind some of these are estimated costs, you get the total value of the kit at $110. The price of it's $114. I estimated some of the prices, which I think accounts for that discrepancy. I don't think that it's, you know, bad value at all. I do think that when people buy kits of any kind, not even in nails, but just in general, there is like implied value, but I don't think that that necessarily has to be true, because you are paying for the convenience of them putting the kit together for you. So you know you've got everything you need, which I think has value in and of itself. So yeah, I'm quite happy to pay $114 for this. I think it's worth that and more. Summary thoughts. Let's get the bad news out of the way first. I disliked the clear. It's pretty cloudy. There are better clears out there. It is what it is. It's good structurally. It's just not great for capping. It's just been my experience. Maybe they've changed it, I'm not sure. The fact that the top coat is traditional, I love that they've changed this. I love that they've taken it out. I love that they've taken it out because yeah, it just doesn't match. I think if you're buying an acrylic kit, especially like a starter kit, you're clearly interested in nails, you've probably got a gel top coat already, or you're going to buy a gel top coat. I understand not including a gel top coat in this because you need a lamp to use it. So unless you're going to include a lamp, then you can no longer say that you have everything you need, if that makes sense. So I understand it not being in the kit, but yeah, you don't need the traditional top coat. So I love that they've taken it out. It's cool that they listen to people. And those are really my two big dislikes. Whites are always tricky to work with, so it's not something that's specific to the Planet Nails brand. Yeah, those are really the only things that bothered me. Things I loved. The cover pink is really nice. I probably won't buy it again. I don't have any other color like it, that's the thing. It's a really nice, just like matches 90% of people nude color. and it's not bubbly and it's not gross, and it files really nice. It's really nice. It's a really nice colour. I enjoy it a lot, so who knows, maybe I will repurchase it. You know, anything's possible. Although I do like trying other acrylic brands, so we'll see. As I've mentioned several times now, Sticky Bond is so good. I really enjoy it. It really does make a difference. I really highly rate it. And the monomer is a standout as well. It's worked really well with all other acrylics I've tried. I've tried American brands, I've tried UK brands. It works really well. It hasn't caused any issues. It hasn't reacted weirdly with anything. It's not like overly stanky. It's just your standard, like, reliable violet monomer, which I think is really great. In terms of things that are a bit meh, the brush, definitely a bit meh. It's really cool to know that they've changed the brush. This might increase the price. Apart from that, I mean, the white's a little pasty, like I mentioned, but it is workable. Like, once you figure it out, it's not an unworkable product, so I think it's fine. It's just not, you know, blow me away, fine. I was thinking about things that I wish this kit had, and this was before I talked to them on Instagram. Instead of that top coat, maybe have a sample of like tips or forms. I mean, obviously you wouldn't put many in there because, you know, like, I mean, you could give people a box of tips, they don't cost much, but then you'd have to give them tip glue. You could give them forms. It might not be a starter kit, but I think it would make a good addition. Something else, instead of these like paper instructions that do have like the bead diagram, I think it would be really cool if it was like a laminated, I have one, hang on, to have these diagrams for bead placement, and it's laminated so that you can apply the acrylic and just flick it off once it's dry. I think this would be a really great addition to a starter kit, and I haven't seen a starter kit with this yet, so, and they appear to have made some changes, which is really cool. I think it's great that they've evolved with their consumers and evolved with the market, because even in the last year, acrylic brands and nail brands in general have just like exploded and come so far. It's kind of mind-blowing. So I feel like that pretty much sums up my thoughts on this kit. All in all, I think it's great value, and I think they've got some really good stuff in this kit. If you're just starting out and you need like something that will kind of cover all your bases, it sounds like the new kits that they have do that really well. So yeah, I'd quite highly recommend them. If you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up. If you made it to the end, then thanks heaps for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.